Hello traders, this is Jim Comiskey, coming back to you once again on Thursday the 29th, right now about coming up on 2:45 in the afternoon. Yes, I promised you 2 posts when I can get to it. I've gotten to it, okay? First I got to do this. The opinions that I'm no doubt about to express are mine and mine alone, and are not necessarily shared by ADM Investor Services, okay? But they should be. In my humble opinion. Okay, I'm not going to walk through support and resistance metals or anything like that. I'm going to just cut straight to the chase. Before the rant, before I do so, I constantly get this question, all right, and I'm going to address it again, and it's okay. But you know, a woman from a woman emailed me, asked me why I'm constantly talking about world events and mostly political / geopolitical events. Well, okay, there's a reason for that. Our commodities, metals, okay, grains, energies, they don't exist in a vacuum. Okay, their prices, their price levels, their cost, if you will, are determined as much by supply and demand as by, how geopolitical events can affect supply and demand. Therefore, okay, there's really 2 schools of thought when it comes to analyzing a market, okay? You've the technical school, all right? People that do nothing but look at charts and support resistance levels and moving averages and, old highs and lows, gaps, MACDs, stochastic crosses, things like that. Okay, and then you have the fundamental school. Okay, now those are people that analyze markets by looking at just that, geopolitical events and how they can impact whatever commodity you're looking at, analyzing, trading. Okay, I've been doing this north of 25 years. Okay, and I came to the conclusion very early on. One of my mentors, Rick Santelli, Rick, worked with him at Drexel back in the mid '80s. You've got to use every tool available to you. Therefore, I believe in at times looking at a market from, a technical perspective. At times, I believe looking at analyze. It's more useful to analyze a market, through a fundamental analysis. Okay, enough said. This is why I talk about geopolitical events and what's going on in D.C. and in Europe, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, how it impacts the dollar is how metals are going to move. Enough said. Okay, housing crisis. All right, now, I know I'm constantly berating, the Obama administration. All right, the fools on the hill, and I lean towards the Republican side of the aisle. Having said that, there's a lot of idiots in the Republican Party. My apologies to idiots everywhere. Okay, but they're politicians. All right, these guys can't help themselves. Their job is to legislate. Therefore, they're going to legislate no matter what the impact of that legislation. You think through the ramifications? Nah. In the immortal words of, Queen Pelosi, we'll have to sign this bill in order to find out what's in it. Wow. How stupid and arrogant is that? Okay, anyways. There was a housing crisis, okay, that occurred. First of all, I'm going to give that shout out again to Greg Thiel, my mate down under. Greg, keep the emails coming, buddy. I really appreciate it. Anyways, thanks for the link to a gentleman, again, I've been following for years, Martin Armstrong. Martin Armstrong is a great story behind him. He did end up doing a lot of jail time and stuff for various reasons, mostly pissing off the powers that be. Okay, but I won't take the time here to talk about Martin Armstrong, but Google him. Okay, Martin A. Armstrong. Okay. Anyways, I got this off his website, Anatomy of a Debt Crisis, that appears only Julius Caesar ever understood. All right, this is brilliant stuff. Okay, history does repeat itself. Okay, because people as a species are basically ignorant, in my humble opinion. All right, if you don't study history, and people are forgetful. Okay, but who would have thought that going all the way back to 44 BC, okay, 44 BC, okay, in Rome, Julius Caesar had just concluded, the Romans had just concluded fighting the Punic Wars, and they had just finished with their own little civil war. Okay, in the meantime, they had a real estate bubble. Their housing market collapsed. Honest to God, look it up. 44 BC, Rome, housing collapse. All right, so there really was no money supply, okay, because it was all self-regulated, because their coinage was in metals, precious metals. Therefore, the money supply is self-limiting. By the way, that's why the Burn Inc. does not want a gold standard. No way, because then he wouldn't be able to control the money supply and pump it up. You get it? Yeah. Anyways, what Caesar did was he came up with just a brilliant solution. And one that would probably, I mean, you guys let me know with your comments and stuff and emails and perhaps phone calls and stuff, what you think. But I think the solution that Julius Caesar came up with in 44 BC could apply today and could solve a lot of problems. Okay, what did he do, you ask? Wait for it. Okay, he put together a team of appraisers, property appraisers, okay? Their job was to appraise every single piece of property in Rome proper, okay? They did so. Now, their job was to calculate what every single piece of property was worth prior to the property collapsing during the midst of the Roman Civil War. So what did he do? He took that value, because the lenders didn't want the property back, okay, prior to this. Because say the house that appraised out and the mortgage was for $100,000. Okay, say that property now is worth $50,000. They don't want the property back. Okay, they want the lender, or the borrower rather, to continue paying on that $100,000 mortgage. Okay, enough said. So Caesar, after the appraisals all came back in, by edict, he said that every single property is worth what it was prior to the crash. Okay? Okay, lenders, you're going to take a 33% haircut on your mortgage. You're going to write a new mortgage. Okay, thus freeing up massive amounts of money. Keeping the people in their homes and putting money in their pocket and stimulating the economy. I can't find one hole in that solution. That's remarkable. 44 BC. By the way, Greg, thanks again for shooting me the link to Marty Armstrong's site. Seriously, I mean, call your congressman. This would work, in my humble opinion. Worked back in 44 BC. It could work in wow, now. Anyways, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. It's been a fun little history lesson. Okay? If you'd like to contact me at this stage, you know how to do so. Okay, so I'm not even going to waste my breath. But it's been a pleasure talking to you. Good luck, good trading. If you would like to come back to me again, you know the routes. Shoot me a phone call, email, give me a comment on YouTube. It's your call. Okay, but I look forward to hearing from you. Truly do. All right? Take care, guys.